What's going on, true believer? James Nguyen here, the host of the Alpha Red Comic Channel. I don't know if you're subscribed yet, but please consider hitting that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. I bring you some insights on how to create independent comics while I go on my independent comic book journey. Today is Memorial Day, and I hope that you're having a great time. I hope your weather is as good as mine is. It's been so rainy in the past couple of days, and this is a fantastic break to have in the rain. Tomorrow's supposed to be even hotter. So for the sake of my boys who do landscaping, they are happy that they can get some of these lawns mowed and some of these bills paid. So on this Memorial Day, I am a little sad. I hope I can hold it together as I share with you that my friend John Carricks has passed away. He's let me pull up something here. I just found out today, and we weren't especially close. Let me just stop sharing that screen and pull up this the screen of my friend. Let me see, share screen, entire screen. Nope, just the window. I know I pulled up his picture here. There it is. I will share. This is my friend John Carricks. He was the real life likeness of Crazy John. He passed away 10 days ago. So rest in peace, friend. He was a huge supporter of Alpha Red and meant a lot. So can't look at him. Sorry to bring that up. Just I thought I could hold it together, but just to memorialize my friend John. I'm glad that he is a part of the Alpha Red comic, and his legacy can live on through the character of Crazy John in my comics. He is also the writer of Alpha Red's theme song. I'll put the instrumental on in the background here for us. He actually wrote this song for me just on a whim. I asked him. He's a songwriter. He was a songwriter. Wrote all kinds of stuff. Very creative. Wrote movies and plots and all kinds of stuff. But I met him a long time ago. But I ran into him again at a local comic shop, and he came out to see me, and we were just shooting the breeze. And I said, you know what Alpha Red needs is a theme song. And within 12 hours, he gave me this theme song that you'll hear at the end of the draw stream. But I just wanted to pay my respects to my friend John Carricks. He has a YouTube video, a channel called OSH Radio. If you are inclined to go check it out, he was very entertaining. He was an entertainer for sure. He was a larger than life personality, and he brought a lot of interesting. He did a lot of interesting things. So he's apparently in movies, produced movies, acted in movies, which are things I did not know about him. I thought I knew him as a songwriter. I don't know what he did like in his off time, but he definitely was a huge supporter of Alpha Red. And boy, I had a good cry this morning when I discovered about his death. It's so sad. So I hope that you are doing well on this Memorial Day. And we, it's a day that we memorialize. We remember our fallen soldiers. And I don't think John was a soldier, but he is a fallen comrade for me and for Alpha Red. he was very quick, always very quick to support everything that I did with Alpha Red. So he very early on took advantage of a crowdfunding tier where I would put him into the comic. And so I pretty much created a larger role for the character of Crazy John, just to show my appreciation for his support for Alpha Red and my creative endeavors. He was a creative guy, so it's no wonder that he was a supporter of everything creative that I was doing. So just thought I'd jump on here while I had some time before I start the grill and do some drawing. So I had it set in my mind that that's what I wanted to do, and that's what I announced yesterday on my live stream. And so Brother Fong is in the house. Looks like he's flying. He's going to fly off the cover. I hope he doesn't. I hope he stays on the cover. He could be flying off the cover. He could be flying off my drawing board and into the home of some random fan of I'm on an Alpha Red kick. If you can't tell, everything's Alpha Red in my house right now because I'm running the campaign for Alpha Red number 7. But any random fan of Superman and possibly David Cornsweat. So this is apparently the summer of Superman. I don't know if you all caught that, but they're finally doing it right. You know, the complaint or the wonderment of a lot of fans of comic book movies has been, why don't they capitalize on the movies that they put out? Marvel would put out a movie about Iron Man, and when you go to the comic book store, the only Iron Man you could find on the stands was Ironheart, a little black girl dressed in Iron Man armor. And when you went to the comic book store, when Thor was out, you would see female Thor. And just all these weird, I don't know if it's coincidental or if it was intentional, but they definitely did not take advantage of the versions of the characters that were portrayed on screen. They were definitely not portraying them in the comic book at the time. So what the heck? Why didn't they do that? I don't think we'll ever know. But it looks like DC got the message and they are going all in. All in. Where's the all in on Superman this summer? So I don't have a picture of David Cornsweat or the costume. I should pull that up, or else I'm going to be flying blind. Hang tight. All right, let's pull up. You won't be able to see it, but just want to have the image close at hand so that I can reference it at will. Sorry, I don't know if you came in late, but just shared that my friend just found out a few hours ago that my friend John Carricks has passed away. He would pop on the chat as OSH Radio and say some kind things and then buzz off. He created a lot of content. He had a lot of videos. He wrote a lot of songs, and he would do videos for his songs, which was pretty entertaining. I saw his channel grow exponentially from the time that I found his channel, because we've been friends for, I don't know, going on 20 years. And on and off, we would run into each other, as you do. As you get older, I moved away. He's actually the one who told me that my former local comic shop owner passed away during COVID. That hit me pretty hard too. But he delivered that news to me. But yeah, if I'm sounding like I'm not as chipper, I'm thinking of my buddy Crazy John. Well, I don't think the Falcon Captain America movie did that well, despite that being the same character in comics currently. Yeah, so I mean, they started changing all the characters in the comics to kind of reflect the direction it seemed like that they wanted to go, and so now we have an Ironheart TV series. So they wanted to make the comic, it seemed, so that to justify the movie that they wanted to make, and they were hoping that they can point to the comic and say, look, we're just doing it from the comics. That thus the female Silver Surfer, like they point to the whatever 3 or 4 or 5, 10 panels that she's in comics, and they made a whole movie character of her. But yes, rest in peace, Crazy John. Crazy John. So he is the real life person that I used as an image of Crazy John. So I think if I pulled up that reference again, I'd start breaking down again. So we're just not going to do that. Just trust me. It doesn't really look like him anyway. Like you can see how poorly I do faces. What you call it, likenesses. But he was an early supporter of Alpha Red, and he jumped at the chance to immortalize himself in comics. So it's a square, more rectangular, squarish kind of. Yes, that looks right. References go a long, long way. Yeah, so he, like I said, I made a bigger role for the character once I turned him into a part of the comic. He had a local TV show on one of those, the way back when you can rent airtime on local stations. I don't know if they do that anymore. But he had a show on local TV, but it was on much too late for me to try to stay up and watch. Plus he would show like old horror movies was his shtick. So he was a very interesting guy. Very, very interesting. But yeah, man, I was, you never know how much someone means to you until they're no longer there. And you just can't reach out and say hi, connect. Just a quick, how you doing? But that's what hit me this morning when I found out. And it was, he had been gone. I missed his funeral and everything. I had no idea. So Sad, sad, sad. He was a bit of a narcissist, I think, and he would admit that, but he would also accuse you of being a narcissist too. He just put his money where his mouth was, and immortalized himself in things like my comic book. If you picked up Alpha Red number 6, his image is on the back cover. He supported me that way too, by putting an advertisement on the back cover of Alpha Red number 6. So just fun stuff. He was always thinking about how to entertain people. And if you go to his channel, OSH Radio, he did some goofy stuff for sure. But he did those jib jab videos. You pay for a jib jab thing, and whatever holiday it was, you could be sure that he would have 1 or 2 jib jab, Crazy John, head mouth moving videos, and entertaining to watch for sure. And he was going to play a bigger part. He will be playing a bigger part. His character, anyway, will be playing a bigger and bigger part in the Alpha Red lore anyway. And so, and definitely, I'm happy to be able to honor him that way. That's some great perspective on that hand out front there. Let me show you the so perspective is really important. So let me show you where that hand comes from. Dun, 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 dun. You see that sleepy guy right there? That's I actually did take a picture of that's my hand there, Benny. I appreciate you appreciating my hand. My hand is super. My hand is super, according to Benny. So you don't have to come up with everything in your brain, and you don't have to copy other artists when our cell phones make it so easy to just turn the cameras around. Bada bing, bada boom. And off it goes. All right. Let's see. The collar's all covered up. What are people going to complain about? Because they don't see the collar on his suit. The collar is not visible. Maybe we'll make his eyes crossed. Maybe that'll get people talking. What you think? What you think? So if you are interested in this, I was going to put this up on Etsy for anyone who would be interested in purchasing this as I draw it. I never got around to it because it was a busy morning. I was doing other Alpha Red stuff. I was kind of taken aback by the news of my buddy passing. And so that kind of took the wind out of my sails for a little bit. And so I never posted it on Etsy. But for $30, that's a 30. That is all it will cost you to bring this guy home. It will fly right into your mailbox. Look at him. He's ready to fly right into your mailbox. Just PayPal if you're interested. At least he's got the red trunks again. Yeah, I mean that's the look, right? Let's not hate. Like, you believe that he can fly, but you're gonna hate on the red trunks. That's classic. 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 But look, that's man. I like the pose. That's kind of like a Jim Lee pose, I want to say. Is that a Jim Lee type pose? I didn't look at any references, but as I was just, there's certain characters where the way they've been drawn in the past kind of immortalizes them in that way. And this here is one of them. Superman flying is definitely one for the ages. The super and superheroes. All right. Are we ready? Are we ready? Let me look at, I'm looking off to the side here to see if I can make it any more like Mr. Corn Sweat. I'm not going to go too crazy just because I'm not that good at likenesses anyway. So when I offer to do likenesses, beware. Beware. All right. It is getting warm in here. Hang on a second. Oliver. Yep. Can you open the window a little bit? Just happen to have. Yeah, it's good. Someone to help me control the climate in here. Climate control via teenager. Via teenager. Look up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman. Dun, 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 dun. I wish I had the song. I should have prepared a little bit better. I had the song ready. Should have had the song ready. All right. I'm going to snap a little picture of it. It should be a hand model. What do you think, Benny? Look at that. Let's camera ready. Bum ba bum bum ba bum 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 bum. No, I was going into Star Wars. That was Star Wars. Silly me. You sound similar. Yes or no? All right. Where's the ink and pens? Your ink and pens. Let's go small first. Do the face. Do some of the face. As I do, the eyes are the most important. And he's just like a randomly good looking guy anyway. So you just stick with just as long as you don't make them all ugly. People will just think you're close enough. Just your regular, old, average Superman looking guy. Does look very Supermanish, I'm gonna say. I thought he looked almost identical to Henry Cavill when they cast him. I was like, oh, okay, they're just going with a younger Henry Cavill. He definitely has a little bit of a different look than Henry Cavill, but only very slightly, because they both look very Supermanish. Very, very Supermanish. And they have his little squiggly thing all the way over on the side. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? The curl, the hair curl. It's all the way off on the side. Hong says the Superman and Star Wars theme were both written by John Williams, so they would sound similar. Yes. But I couldn't separate. I couldn't pull away, and then the next thing was dun 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 dun, dun, and I knew that was wrong. There was like the building up of the trumpet, and boom, 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 boom. And now, as I'm thinking of the Star Wars theme song, I cannot think of the Superman. But yeah, you can't get away from you can't beat the John Williams score, for sure. Let's see. Just looking off to the side here for a little bit of reference, even though I'm probably messing them all up here. So if you haven't hit the like button yet, please consider hitting the like button. Makes the algorithms all happy and shows the video out to all kinds of other people, or so they tell me. I just repeat what I hear on YouTubes. On the YouTubes. I'm sure they're right. I'm sure the algorithms have something to do with who does well and who does not. Sometimes for better, sometimes for worse. I'm sure I found a lot of the people that I watch via algorithm, via the YouTube's algorithm. Maybe you guys are here because YouTube suggested me to you. Otherwise, I don't know how my channel would be growing. I don't imagine that you guys are sharing it outright. Except for Fong, I think you've shared it with your friends around your birthday to watch the Batman Wonder Woman episode. Let's see if I can make sure that I don't forget to not go all the way up there, because then he look like he has a hunchback. Like I said, this is one of the only movies that I'll likely go into the theater to watch. And it's just because a lot of people are going to be sharing their opinion on it. And like anything on the internet, it's like, who can get there first? Who's willing to go and spoil it for everybody else? They share their opinion and they throw in some spoilers, whether intentional or unintentional. Did anybody watch the Lilo and Stitch live action? Sounds like it's doing well at the theaters. I hear it's a pretty faithful adaptation of a cartoon, and that's probably one of their most successful cartoons. That's what they're claiming, based on streaming data. It's the most streamed Disney movie. of all the cartoons. She's the most popular. Is she a princess? No. What am I thinking? No, that was the other one. The other Hawaiian thing. I can't remember. I don't know if it's old brain or it's because the cameras are on and my brain just goes away. My memory. Fong says, I'm doing my best to get the word out on Alpha Red. You're the best, man. I appreciate you. Appreciate it, Fong. Fong also says, boop, 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 boop. I think the Lilo and Stitch movie looked okay, but I'm just passing on all the live action Disney remakes now. You know what live action Disney remake that I was surprisingly enjoyed was the Aladdin remake. I think I was on an airplane. I was kind of that was like the best of the worst choices that I had, and I ended up enjoying it a lot. I can't believe that it was directed by who's the director, because he doesn't normally direct those kinds of movies. For Aladdin, the Aladdin remake. You guys remember who directed the Aladdin remake? I was extremely surprised that he was, number one, tapped to do it, and then number two, that he actually did it, and then number three, that I actually liked it. So, what's his name? What's his name? I'm sure Fong's the master brain. He's got the big brain, or the Google fingers. Planning on getting the family together to watch the Karate Kid Legends movie next week. Is that out next week already? I might go see that too. Maybe. It did look fun. Now, are they saying that you have to watch the TV show, the streaming show, to be able to follow it, or no? Because Ralph Macchio is in both of them. So do I have to watch however many seasons of the Karate Kid or the Cobra Kai show to be able to enjoy the new Karate Kid Legends? Does anybody know? Guy Ritchie, that's it. Aladdin director Guy Ritchie. So he did like something in Two Smoking Barrels and all those cool, edgy movies with lots of swearing and lots of gangsters and killing and all very crime and villainous and all that stuff. And then he does Aladdin. Live action. So it's probably based on him being the director that I was okay with giving it a shot on the plane. And lo and behold, I found it enjoyable, even though they changed some things. I mean, I don't think I was the main demographic for the original Aladdin movie, even though I watched it probably more times than I would care to admit to. But I had kids, okay? Yeah. That's the reason. But I like the cartoons, but I also like the live action. The trunks are back, baby. A man can fly, but he shouldn't be wearing trunks on the outside of his suit. Is that what we're all hung up on? That's it. That's it. Let's see. I enjoyed all 6 seasons of Cobra Kai, but I don't think you need to watch it before the new movie. All right. I hate the homework. I don't have a lot of time. I just go and do it. There's a rumor that Johnny Lawrence will make a cameo in the movie. Okay. So, what about the girl Karate Kid? Did they bring that storyline back into Cobra Kai, or no? Is that Karate Kid 3 or 4? Didn't they do a girl one? I believe. Could be wrong. But yeah, no, the commercials for Karate Kid Legends look pretty good. Didn't they push that back a couple of times? Is there a reason, or a good reason, good excuse for them pushing it back a couple of times? And I don't remember watching what I thought was the remake of Karate Kid with Jackie Chan and the little Will Smith kid. But how are they gonna? I thought it was just I really thought it was a remake, but I guess they exist in the same universe, same world. But Mr. Miyagi was Japanese, and Jackie Chan is Chinese. So is the new guy going to be Chinese, or is he Japanese? My guess would be Chinese. That'd be my guess. I gotta get out more, I guess. I gotta get out more. You guys like the new suit? The new Superman suit? Might want to weigh in. Is it going to bother you that much when you go watch it? Are you going to go watch it? Are you going to wait? Cautiously optimistic, as most people are. Do you plan on going to see it? Or do you plan on waiting until you hear your favorite critic weigh in? Hilary Swank never made an appearance in Cobra Kai. She has a chance. She's still around, right? She didn't pass away or anything, right? The Will Smith movie was originally intended to be a remake, but now they're trying to make it all in the same universe. Yeah, because they use different names, right? Because he wasn't Mr. Miyagi, was he? I knew that was I noticed that when that Karate Kid came out, that Jackie Chan is Chinese, not Japanese. And so a little race swapping that most people in Western culture might not typically catch. The normies probably wouldn't think too much about it. But I remember growing up watching Jackie Chan movies before Jackie Chan was popular. Jackie Chan's Police Force. I watched it in Vietnamese. They dubbed it into Vietnamese. So we watched all the Jackie Chan stuff. Him and Bruce Lee are like Asian superheroes, real life superheroes. That's how I felt anyway. Like, I loved everything about Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee. Pretty obsessed. Actually, as I'm drawing this here, I think I remember where this pose is, And I don't know if you guys can look it up, but X-Men #1 by Jim Lee. Archangel is throwing Colossus, and he comes down, something like that. Like, I think his hand was like a little bit more like, oh, like this hand is a little bit more, comes at you a little bit. But let me see. Funk says, I'm planning to see Superman opening weekend. There you go. I plan to as well if I can help it. Jackie Chan's character is named Mr. Han. Yes. First time the Karate Kid will be Asian. He's played by Ben Wong, who was an American-born Chinese. Okay, so he is Chinese. He had that Chinese look about him. I don't know if that's racist or not. Not meant to be racist. His height. Actually, there's some tall Chinese people. I've met some very short Chinese people too. So, but I've met some tall Chinese people. But I think Japanese people are taller than we think. I don't have any Japanese friends or anything like that. Mostly ran in Vietnamese circles. Had some Cambodian friends. I don't think I had. My brothers had some Laotian friends, but no Chinese or Japanese friends. I don't know if it was intentional way back when that we kind of stuck to like all the Asian kids where we kind of hang out together. We hung out with like one of my best friends, very close acquaintances, was a Hispanic. And then, of course, we were in a mostly white school. So, all right, let's go to... Let's go to the depth. Bringing in some depth with a brush. I didn't mean to get all racy on you guys. Just kind of happened. Hopefully it didn't make anybody feel uncomfortable. That's how we talk in my house. I have some biracial kids, and we accuse each other of racism all the time. But we are not racist. It's just fun to call each other racist. I don't know if that makes sense. Or if that's acceptable. We don't mean to be mean. Rub and Saber in the house. What's going on, Rod? Funk says, yeah, it looks like a Marvel Comics pose. Yeah, so if you open up X-Men #1, when they're trying to infiltrate the X Mansion, when Team Blue? Team Gold? Wolverine and Gambit and Psylocke, Archangel, and Colossus are trying to infiltrate the X Mansion as they test the security system. I believe this is the Colossus pose where Archangel drops Colossus into the X Mansion. I don't know what happens though. Does Jean Grey do something from inside the headquarters there and is able to stop able to stop Colossus from tearing into the mansion. Anybody remember that? So Vonk says, we need to learn how to joke again and not take offense to everything. Yep, we've been joking in my house nonstop. We're not offended. Just fun. All in good fun. The Bloody Grimoire says, Colossus is a wrecking ball that got mind zonked as soon as he got in. Maybe Superman will do better. So did he make it in, Bloody Grimoire? Do you remember if Colossus made it all the way in? Then he got mind wiped. See, there was something with Psylocke. I have it. I probably have a copy of X-Men #1 here handy within reaching distance, but that's not why you're here. You guys can do a little research. You can do a little research. Actually, this went pretty fast. Pretty fast here. If you're coming in late, I just want to just honor my friend John Carrick's. He is Crazy John. He is the real life guy that his likeness is Crazy John in Alpha Red. He passed away on the 16th, and he was 63, so died way too young. I don't know if it had anything to do with his operation that he was going in for his leg. He had twisted his knee, ripped open his knee or something like that. Went into the hospital. I don't know when his operation was, but it was somewhere around then. And then I just found out this morning that he had passed away on the 16th, and I missed his funeral. And I was pretty bummed out about it all morning. I just wanted to honor him on this Memorial Day. He wasn't a veteran or anything, and he certainly did not die in battle. But he was an interesting guy. He actually wrote the theme song to Alpha Red. So if you guys hang out to the end of the video and you've never heard the song, he called it Beacon of Light. I just call it the Alpha Red theme song. But he wrote that. And he wrote that in like less than 12 hours. If you're just joining me, I recounted that I ran into him at a local comic book show, and I knew that he was a songwriter, and he uses digital stuff to complete the songs. He doesn't use AI to write the songs, but he definitely uses it. He does not have a good singing voice, so he used the digital voice, but he plugs in all the musical notes and chooses the instruments and all that jazz. So let me see. So he came back at me within 12 hours, within like, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours. He sent me the lyrics for me to approve. I was like, bro, you wrote this in 4 hours? And he said, yep. It's like, you had me thinking, and so I'm just so grateful that I had a chance to be so close to him that he would just jump at the chance. He didn't ask for any payment. I didn't have anything. I didn't have any money to pay him, but he was always a supporter of all the things that I was doing with Alpha Red. So just so grateful for him, and he was going to contribute to Alpha Red #7 here in a big way. So that's a financial support loss. Not that matters at all. Doesn't matter at all. But he was very willing to chip in and pay for the back cover, because I'm gonna have another advertisement on the back cover, and he wanted to follow up on the back cover that he sponsored for issue number 6 by sponsoring issue number 7. And he was a comic book fan, so he wanted the advertisement to be a retro advertisement like the advertisement was on issue number 6. So I don't plan on doing his version of of the retro cover, just because he was so particular, and he had me do it and redo it and redo it, and then it drove me nuts. But that was John. John was kind of knew what he wanted, and they didn't call him Crazy John for nothing. I mean, he was in the middle of so many creative things. And if you go over to his OSH radio YouTube channel, you can get to know him a little bit. But what a tremendous loss. He was 63. And you have this, I don't know, this assumption that you'll have access to these people forever, because he was always putting out content, and I didn't even know he was gone because his content kept popping up in my feeds, so I assumed they were new videos, but he has not put anything up since the day he passed. So he was making content all the way up to the end. All right. I don't typically do the ruler on these sketches, but this looked like it deserved some straighter lines. All right, we're getting to the end here, guys. Getting to the end. Let's do a little bit more as far as getting some energy into the figure here. Getting some energy into the figure. But yeah, so whenever you see Crazy John in my comic Alpha Red, just know that he was a buddy of mine who supported Alpha Red way back when and jumped at the chance to have his likeness portrayed in the comic. $300 is what I charged, and that was like 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Yeah, it would have been 10 years ago ish. So John will be immortalized. He will be greatly missed. Always a great supporter of everything that I did creatively, because he was a creative guy, songwriter. Apparently he was an actor. You can go see his IMDb. He has IMDb credits. I don't know if anybody is interested in checking out Crazy John's, what do they call them? Filmographies or whatever. But finishing up on this, and this will be available on the Etsy store shortly here. If you have not visited my Etsy store, you can go to jamesq.net, and that will take you to the good old Etsy store, where I sell the sketches that I do on Sunday nights, and I sell them for cheap. I try to sell them for cheap because I appreciate you tuning in. I want to reward the people who are tuning in to the draw streams, and we can chat comics and catch up on all things important to geeks. Movies. I don't know if you guys were listening to Rob Liefeld, but he said that the new Mission Impossible movie is good. He recommends it, but I don't believe him. The last one I thought was really, really bad. I actually rented it, tried to watch it twice, fell asleep twice. So I never watched part 1 of Dead Reckoning. So I don't plan on watching part 2 of Dead Reckoning. So is that what it's called? Dead Reckoning part 2? All right, that is it. Let's go through. What I missed here. Yep, looks like a marble pose. Yep, Bloody Grimoire. Then Bloody Grimoire says, that's all he did. Jean got him quick. She good. Funk says, I think this is your best Superman drawing. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Tell all your Superman fans. And it's probably the hand. What do you think? What do you think, Benny? It was it was my hand that I used for the perspective of Superman's hand right here, Kabamski, and that's what made it. Guys, I thank you for joining me on this Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day to you. I see one. Funk says, I'm a purist. I swore off the Mission Impossible movies after they made Jim Phelps villain. That was a strange move, right from the beginning. You know, they had to shock him. Well, Jim was too much the main star, and so if Tom Cruise isn't going to play Jim, he's got to kill him off. You know, that's how about that for a theory? Well, guys, I appreciate you hanging out. I'm going to hit the button. It shows you a little commercial of the Alpha Red #7 campaign that's going on right now. If you haven't hit that like button, please hit that like button, subscribe, and then go and visit alpharedcomic.com, and please support Alpha Red #7. And then after the commercial is the song that Crazy John wrote, and just a special thanks to Crazy John wherever he is. Love you, brother. And until next time, guys, grace and peace. Happy Memorial Day. Welcome to Alpha Red #7, The Monster Within. In this issue, an ancient evil has risen, unleashed by a rogue treasure hunter on her latest heist. Now, this powerful executioner walks the earth once more, and only Alpha Red stands between the fallen angel and the annihilation of the other kingdom warriors. As Wingman is haunted by cryptic visions of his forgotten past, he squares off with the Searcher and her celestial enforcer Zadkiel. What dark secrets link the sacred relics to Wingman's dreams? And can Alpha Red stop this vengeful angel before it's too late? Brace yourself for pulse-pounding action, shocking revelations, and supernatural suspense in Alpha Red #7, a high-octane thrill ride you won't want to miss. This issue can be enjoyed on its own, but there will be tiers where you can pick up the first 6 issues of Alpha Red. If you're new to Alpha Red, it can be summarized like this. In a world unraveling from the inside, Alpha Red emerges as a bold new hero in a time of darkness. Calvin Wes Wesley was just a blue-collar worker until the Kingdom, a secret organization powered by ancient spiritual technology, chose him to be their new champion. With superhuman strength, speed, and wisdom now flowing through him, Wes is thrust into the battle that reaches beyond the physical world into the realm of eternal souls. The enemy, Satan himself, cast into human form, walking among us, immortal, plotting a global apocalypse after being betrayed by his right-hand demon. His identity is hidden, his influence is growing, and only Alpha Red stands between us and damnation. This isn't just a comic, it's a spiritual war dressed in superhero skin. A gripping, high-stakes saga where every punch is powered by purpose and every page crackles with righteous intensity. Created by artist and writer James Q. Nguyen, Alpha Red fuses pulse-pounding action with themes of faith, redemption, and the eternal struggle between good and evil. With stunning artwork and a cinematic story arc built for fans of Spawn, Daredevil, and the Book of Revelation, this is a series that dares to say something deeper, while still kicking it like a 90s style comic. Join the mission, back the hero, invest in the legend. Alpha Red isn't just another comic, it's the beginning of something bigger.
From the shadows he rises with courage in his heart, a beacon of hope. He's ready to start, with faith as his armor and a fire in his soul. Alpha Red stands tall, fulfilling his role.